Hey guys, Marissa at kitchentablestamper.com. If you haven't seen the Forever Friendship Cling stamp set from Stampin' Up, you got to check it out. It's new to Stampin' Up's holiday catalog, and it's just so funny. We're going to make this card today. Time for a cardigan. Happy birthday. And this is a card for the Kitchen Table Stamper Craft Social Taboo Challenge. The taboo for today are markers or pencils, flowers, and ribbon. So you can't use those things when making your birthday card. It's a birthday card challenge. And this is my card for the taboo challenge. We're going to start with a piece of basic gray. It's just a scrap, and we're going to cut this awesome new tag. This tag is kind of a double tag. It's a pocket tag, but we are going to use it for just a plain tag on our card front. You can cut this on a long scrap, and it seals up on the edges using these tabs, and then you get like a gift card pocket, or you can cut a window and make a shaker. This is a really awesome die. It's one of the two awesome new tags in Celebration Tags dies. The die set has tons of great accessories to go on your tags. There are snowflakes and mittens and hearts and balloons and candles. There are 2 different shape windows you can cut in this tag, banner for some sentiments, little negative space like dots for like a snowfall kind of look. And then this is the other tag die in this set. Really awesome die set. You can bundle it up with the Celebrate with Tags stamp set. It's a really cool kind of iconic and graphic stamp set, but you don't have to get bundled. It's a great die set just on its own. If you do buy Celebrate with Tags and the Celebration Tags dies together, then you'll save 10% with a bundle discount. So we're going to go ahead and cut this just like a tag, not use it for its awesome pocketness or its awesome shakerness. We just are going to get more for our money this way. I figure that this die set, this amazing Celebrations Tags dies, they cost half as much when you can use the tag 2 ways. So you can make a tag or you can make a pocket tag, but they cost 1/3 as much when you can make a tag, a pocket tag, and a shaker tag. That's what I call the stamper math. All right, so here is our tag. What we're going to have to do is just trim along this score line to clean up our tag. I'm going to do that with my Stampin' Up trimmer here. And I'm just going to line up that score line on the track and zip that right off. Now we've got a beautiful tag. It's a great size for card fronts, and it's a nice size for decorating. The next thing I want to do with this tag is add a little texture. So I'm going to use the Knit Together background. Perfect! The Forever Friendship with its cardigan greeting and image is a perfect pair with the Knit Together stamp set. We're going to ink up the stamp with basic gray ink, just enough to get the tag on there. It doesn't have to be perfect edge to edge. We're going to drop the tag. I know this has got a really strong vertical pattern, so we're going to carefully place our tag, making sure that our cable knit does not go lopsided or crooked. We want it nice and straight down the tag. And I'll just take a piece of grid paper. I like the little mini grid paper. Put that over top and then just burnish. You can feel your tag under there, and you just run your fingertips. Make sure you get the center. I find this is the best way to get the center of the stamp to make a nice impression. Just take my time and burnish, then I will lift that up, and there is our Knit Together tag for our cardigan card. Let's do a little bit more stamping. Well, I've got my basic gray ink pad. We're gonna do some stamping on the background of the card. This is Smoky Slate, and we're gonna use this little background image from Celebrate with Tags. It looks a little stitched to me. I think it kind of worked with the textile thing we got going on. So I'm going to add a couple of those And let's see here. I want to make sure that I'm getting it level-ish. So I'm going to practice on my grid paper, get an idea. Yep, I like that. I'm going to stamp one in the upper left corner, and I'm going to move over and stamp another one, and then move back and stamp a third one. And I'm going to stamp one in the bottom right corner, and then move over and stamp one off the edge. All right, so there's our background stamping. Got Designer Series paper here. Love this. This is from the Happy Forest Friends 12 by 12 Designer Series paper pack. And this piece is 2 1/4 by 5. And then we've got 4 by 1/2 inch. And this little piece right here is 3/4 of an inch, I believe. Let me take a look. Yeah, 3/4 of an inch by 3 3/4. Now the measurements will be on the printable project sheet at kitchentablestamper.com. We're going to go ahead and we're going to adhere our Designer Series paper. Just give it a nice coat of liquid glue and then put it on the card so that we have an equal top, bottom, and right border. Now we'll bring in our gorgeous knit tag. My goodness, I love this background. It really is an amazing stamp that I do not use often enough. It would make a great addition to your collection. It's one of those things that I'll never let go, even if it retires. We're going to lay the tag over a little bit high of center. We can kind of use our pattern to get that straight on there. Then our saffron pattern, our Calypso coral pattern. You love all the textures that these different patterns bring. All right, we're building our card base here. Now the taboo challenge in the Kitchen Table Stamper Craft Social was to make a birthday card. So we're going to add happy birthday to the background here using basic gray ink. Happy birthday. So good. Now I think we still have one more sentiment, so I'm going to leave that out, but I'm going to get my Calypso coral ink also. My scraps here are Smoky Slate, Blushing Bride, and then I did a little die cutting ahead of time. This is basic white, and it's cut from the Stylish Shapes dies. It's the longer of the skinny banners. There's 2 skinny ones and 2 wide ones. This is the longer skinny one. All right, let's start with that one since we've got it. We're gonna stamp Time for a Cardigan on there. You had to know, if you know me, that I would buy Time for a Cardigan. So the taboo game in the Kitchen Table Stamper Craft Social is challenge to make a birthday card, and you cannot use ribbon, flowers, or markers or pencils. So it's quite the challenge. As you can see, no markers, no pencils, no ribbon, and no flowers. This is my challenge card. We'd love to see yours. You can play the games in the Craft Social anytime you want. We've been playing games on Thursday for years. There's all kinds of challenges, inspiration, design prompts. There's mystery cards, and an awesome community of creative Stampin' friends focused primarily on Stampin' Up! Products. So lots of inspiration over the years in the Craft Social too. Come join us. The link is below the video. All right, so there's our cardigan in Calypso Coral on Blushing Bride, and then the little pennant. That's basic gray on Smoky Slate. We're gonna go ahead and cut those 2 out. So when I'm playing Taboo, I look at the list and I say, oh wow, okay, I can do this. And then when it says no markers or pencils, the first thing I want to do is grab a marker and color the buttons on my cardigan. Or the first thing I want to do is grab ribbon for my tag. Or, you know, when I'm picking out Designer Series paper, I want to grab the one with the flowers on it. So it really is kind of a fun challenge, and it pushes you outside of, reflexive stamping or out of your comfort zone a little bit. And we've got a lot of great stampers who play along in these challenges. So there's lots of inspiration and beautiful things. The rules in the Craft Social are so simple. Share the things that you make with primarily Stampin' Up! Products. Don't link away from the Craft Social. It's a place to stay and play. And please do not promote yourself or any other demonstrator or stamp company. We say that that's not nice. So if you can do those simple rules and you're looking for a fun community, join us in the Craft Social. We're just cutting these two little images out and leaving a tiny little border. I like to leave a border when I fussy cut so that the integrity of the artist's line is not disturbed at all by what might be some choppy or wiggly cutting. So if you do just close but not quite, it will bring your viewer's eye to the line that the artist drew, which is really perfect compared to my fussy cutting. When I paper a piece, so if I was going to lay a piece of pattern paper and make, say, a flowery flag, which I wouldn't because it's taboo, but if I wanted to lay a piece of pattern paper on there and paper piece, then I'd cut right on the line. If I'm not paper piecing, I'm not stressing myself out to cut on the line. I'm giving myself some room to breathe. We're going to add our cardigan with some Stampin' Dimensionals. We'll also add our little time for a cardigan sentiment. I love these little minis. All right, everything's sticky. We're gonna go right of center with our banner and then cover where the two designer series papers meet. Our cardigan is gonna go off the edge of the tag just a little bit. It's okay, gives it kind of a natural flow. For our little pennant, we want a bit of adhesive on the very end of the flag. So I'm going to actually cut one of these little minis. It's already in half and I just cut it in quarters. I took off the paper and I'm going to put it at the very end of my flag there. Then I'm going to run a little adhesive, liquid glue on the flag and on the handle or the, what do you even call that? The stick. And then we're going to add that to our card, because the cardigan is already bumped up on dimensionals, so we only have to support that end. All right, there is our time for a cardigan. Now, we got a little bit of problem here. We got a tag, and in the Craft Social, the taboo is ribbon. So I thought, how perfect would it be to go to the button jar and choose a couple of buttons that were, like the spare buttons or left over from grandma's button jar. This might have been one of the spare buttons for one of my cardigans, but I can't put a button on a card without flossing the holes. It's just, I'm too literal. I need to do that. So no ribbon, but I am gonna just run a quick little bit of twine through the buttonholes so that my button doesn't look naked. And I'm going to use some linen thread for that. You could get a needle and thread if you wanted to and whip a couple of stitches through there. I just really like buttons that have been flossed or threaded, I guess is more the word. All right, so we just did two little equal signs. We don't want to go against the rules of the taboo. Really, honestly though, in the Craft Social we have this saying, crafty girls do what they want. So I needed a way to finish off my tag that wasn't ribbon, and the button I thought was the perfect touch given that we have a cardigan. So I'm going to do two little mini glue dots, and what I did was I just folded the twine. I didn't tie a knot or anything back there. I just pulled the twine across the back of the button and secured it with mini glue dots. So it'll be nice and flat. We'll add that to the top of our tag. Now we've got a finished tag and we didn't break the taboo. Here's the next thing. I just wanted to color those buttons. I wanted them to have some contrast. I wanted to grab a Calypso coral marker and just color the tag inside and the buttons, but it's against the taboo. So instead I got my classic matte dots, and they've got some very vanilla dots. I thought they kind of looked like, what's it called? Mother of pearl. Isn't that what a lot of buttons are? Kind of like a shell, iridescent, maybe a little, I don't know. I thought they looked like buttons, kind of that classic button. So 4 of the small little classic matte dots in very vanilla. And that finishes up our Stampin' Taboo challenge for August 18th in the Kitchen Table Stamper Craft Social. If you've got any questions about the Craft Social, our crafting challenges, this card, you can email marisa@kitchentablestamper.com. Check out the links below to get to the blog for the printable project sheet for this project. It'll have all your measurements on there. And check out the link to the Kitchen Table Stamper Craft Show Social. It's our Facebook group. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.